The story is still developing.
A major earthquake has hit Haiti.
The 7.0 quake was centered roughly 10 miles from the capital city, Port-au-Prince.
We're expecting to see the full scale of the damage.
The situation in Haiti sounds worse with each report.
2 million people have been exposed to violent shaking.
The streets just full of residents that have been affected.
We will be providing both civilian and military disaster relief and humanitarian assistance.
Planes of humanitarian aid that are ready to land, ready to be brought into the hospitals we are running today.
So I was contacted about a week after the earthquake by Lee Johnson and Joseph Portuguese, who were attempting to put together a team of physicians and healthcare providers to go down to render care to the Haitian people. I trained in inner city Washington, D.C. I had seen what I thought was the worst of injuries and traumatic injury and things like that, but I don't think that there's anything that I had seen that prepared me for the degree of suffering that I saw there. And I think it's a test of the human spirit to endure that type of suffering.
There are wounded people walking through the streets. There are people seeking medical attention. Hospitals have been closed.
The headquarters of the United Nations Stabilization Mission in Haiti, in Port-au-Prince, has sustained serious damage along with other UN installations.
We were at the Adventist Hospital in Deaconey, which is situated in Carrefour. And at that time, there were 8,000 people living on the campus. And every morning you would be awoken with, praise and worship. And every night around 11 o'clock, you would go to sleep with that as well. I think that anyone who was there, certainly when we were there and on the way back, we all talked and we all were changed and moved by what we saw and what we felt when we were able to experience. You realize that each patient was a story. Each patient was a father who was on his way to work, or a kid who was at school, or a mother who was in the grocery store. And then it became much more personal than just taking care of this patient with this problem. What was interesting is that we felt as though we made a really, really big impact while we were on the campus for those 7 days, but as we packed up and were driving back to the airport, we realized that, the devastation that was still throughout the entire country, that, we really had just kind of thrown a little cup into the ocean. Pain and suffering is a great common denominator for the human race. People can't think, they can't take care, they can't love, they can't live if they're unhealthy. And certainly if their life is at risk or their limbs are at risk, then the very, very basic things like cleaning themselves or feeding themselves or caring for their family and providing shelter are things that they're not going to be able to do. And one of the reasons I personally went into medicine was because all humans bleed red blood. All their pain is the same, regardless of color, creed, race. The intent of the Global Mission Initiatives is right on point. I think that wherever you are, if you can effect change by taking care of human suffering and human needs, it's important. The hospital are the walls, but the people who work here are the ones who make the difference. And for each person who goes, they make a personal sacrifice. Time away from work, time away from their family. I think it's a testament to the hospital sticking to its mission, and to the individuals who are the hospital.